wouldn't learn anything, and so we wouldn't grow up to be good adults and have a good job. I'd be like at home playing and stuff and waiting for somebody to be a teacher. We couldn't learn. There wouldn't be a Gold Star teacher in our school.
They can teach you a lot more things than just your parents can, in basic knowledge, academics, leadership.
Not only do they teach us the stuff we need to know, but they just show us a certain way to live and a certain way to help others.
I think very few people would get excited about learning anything.
How we learn. There'd be no learning, no pushing, nothing.
Teachers matter. Teachers inspire. We love our teachers!
It's nice to see you all. I'm Jim Waterbury. Welcome to the 28th Gold Star Awards for Outstanding Teaching. We are so glad that you joined us tonight. We're going to have a good time, I promise you. The Gold Star Awards recognize great teaching, and it honors 10 exceptional teachers from Black Hawk County. We're here to tell our teachers something that they just don't hear often enough. We're here to say thanks, and you're all here to help us do it. The Gold Star Awards is produced by the R.J. McElroy Trust, and it's promoted by our longtime partner in this production, KWWL. KWWL's Vice President and General Manager, Jim McKernan, is here to welcome you. Please say hi to Jim. Jim.
Thank you, Jim. For the past 28 years, KWWL Television has been a proud partner with the McElroy Trust in bringing you the Gold Star Teacher Awards. Teaching is a profession which informs and creates other professions. Dedication to purpose, knowledge, expertise, and advocacy are core strengths of great teachers. Most of us have had an experience where the influence of a great teacher played an impactful role in our life. A great teacher can be an inspiration, a role model, a counselor, and a ray of hope. Tonight, we recognize great teachers who are doing all of these things with their students as they prepare them for the future. To help us celebrate tonight, KWWL's Ron Steele is on hand to help celebrate, hand out awards, and congratulate the winners, and to give a big thumbs up on behalf of the entire staff of KWWL. We also look forward to airing your stories on KWWL for everyone in the market to view and celebrate. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jim. I want to tell you a little bit about the McElroy Trust and the man who gave the trust its name, R.J. McElroy. People knew him as Mac. A trust is like a savings account, but it's a lot larger than that. The staff and the trustees watch over the money. We keep it safe, we invest it so that it will grow, and then we give away 5% of the money every year to help deserving young people. The McElroy Trust is worth about $46 million this year, and this year we will give away a little more than $2 million here in Eastern Iowa. The McElroy Trust gives money to help a lot of different programs. Some of them aren't very expensive, and some of them are quite expensive. It's easy to give money away, but we have found through experience that it's hard to give it away well. It's always fun when we do give it away well, and on a night like tonight, we absolutely love what we do. This is a great program. So that's the trust. But who was R.J. McElroy? Well, Mac, as most people called him while he was alive, started KWWL Radio back in 1947. His voice was well known on the radio, and people tuned in from all over to hear his live radio broadcasts. This is Mac's voice introducing the very first KWWL TV broadcast from November 1953.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are indeed very proud this afternoon on November 15th, 1953, to be able to project this initial test pattern to you. We invite you to use this test pattern so that you can adjust your set for the best possible reception of KWWL TV.
If you don't know what a test pattern was, ask your grandparents. Or see me after the show. Mac was best known for his man-on-the-street radio broadcasts. Perhaps you saw this in the Courier's call, the Courier column just earlier this week. Mac would stand outside on the corner of the Blacks building in downtown Waterloo, and he would interview people passing by, and he would draw huge crowds. One of his sponsors was Clean Made Bread, which was a local sponsor. Mac would pass out small loaves of Clean Made Bread to his audiences. Mac had to leave school after the 8th grade to earn a living, but he cared about education his whole life, and he particularly cared about the education, the formal education, that he never had. He wanted to make himself better and smarter and more successful as long as he lived, and he worked very hard to get that done. When Mac died in 1965, and he died young, he was only 56, he left behind not very much money, but half the stock in Blackhawk Broadcasting Company. And when the company and KWWL were sold to Aflac back in 1980, Mac's stock was suddenly worth $23 million. The R.J. McElroy Trust has been investing and giving away Mac's money for him ever since. Over the past 50 years, the trust has given away over $60 million. Mac never knew, he never imagined that his trust would help so many people. But that's what makes his story such fun to tell. Mac has helped so many young people to get opportunities that he never had himself, and that's what he wanted to do. Mac dreamed big dreams, and he took big chances. Our job is to keep dreaming big for Mac, and tonight, you're all here to help us do it. We have a special performance tonight for you by the Gold Star Choir. These singers are in the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, and they represent many schools all across Blackhawk County. This is our biggest Gold Star Choir over the past decade. They've been practicing for weeks under the direction of Jessica Lieb from Bunger Middle School, and they are accompanied by Crystal Waltz from Irving Elementary School. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gold Star Choir.
One heart's loving another, two hands reaching out. friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. A friend in me.
That reminds me of one of the things that you may not realize about the R.J. McElroy Trust. Our sole mission is to fund programs that benefit deserving young people. I'd say all 90 of those folks really qualify, wouldn't you? Thank you. Before you see your teachers, which is going to happen really quickly now, I'm going to invite some more people to come up on stage to help us celebrate. So I'd like to invite the R.J. McElroy trustees that are present, the others, our staff, our friends from KWWL, which includes Jim McKernan, and I think Ron Steele has made it, and the Gold Star Committee members. If you would please come forward and come up on stage while I tell the audience about what's going to happen here. If you just kind of come and form a line back here. While they're coming up on stage, let me tell you just a little bit about the program tonight. The Gold Star Awards for Outstanding Teacher honors 10 of our best teachers every year as a way to say thank you to all teachers. People love to make Gold Star nominations. This year we received 1,279 nominations for 574 different teachers. That's a lot. The folks who are on stage representing the Gold Star Committee, and maybe you want to raise your hand or let people know who you are, read all 150 of the applications from those teachers who were nominated in order to select tonight's 10 winners. The committee members are so important to what we do. This program couldn't happen without all the time they put into it. So now we're getting close to showtime, and I'm telling you that mostly for the benefit of your teachers, because they're sitting down here in the front row and they are very worried and they don't think they're going to have a good time. And you're going to help me prove them wrong on this one. I know you will. Each of our Gold Star winners will get a Gold Star lanyard that they can wear for their school badges. They're going to get a certificate that looks great on any refrigerator that they want to put it on. And they'll get a check made out to them for $1,000. Our Gold Star teachers also receive a $500 grant that will benefit each of their classrooms. We'll show you each video that will be running on KWWL starting shortly, and then we will bring each winner across the stage for your applause. Finally, once I've introduced them to you one by one, and there are 10 of course, I'm going to bring them back up as a group. You can get group photos if you want at that time, but I warn you, and especially you kids, this whole program from this point on only works if you make a lot of noise at the right moments, because your teachers, like I said, well, they feel like kindergartners on the first day of school, and they don't think they're going to have a good time. And you need to help me show them that they really are. So, help me show them how much we really care and love what they do for all of us, because ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is why you came. Get ready to meet your 2016 Gold Star Award winners for outstanding teaching. Our first Gold Star teacher is a math teacher at George Washington Carver Academy in Waterloo. He told us, you know, I feel like an actor while I'm teaching. The students feed off the energy that I show in my lessons. I know that when I get excited about the lesson, my students will get excited too. One of his colleagues wrote, he constantly leads and guides and mentors the youth that he serves. He lives by example. One of his students commented, he was an amazing teacher, role model, and he was a father figure to me. He made me want to succeed. He's supported by his parents, Orville and Jeannie, and his parents, Chuck and Pat. Let's watch the first video on our first winner tonight, Tim Barty.
He really builds up my confidence. He pushes us above and beyond, so that way we're the best that we can be.
He is always happy when he sees us, and there's never a dull moment with him.
Never be afraid to make mistakes. That's something I preach in here. You ask the kids, that's one thing that I preach from the first day to the end of the year. It's like, don't be afraid to make a mistake. We're here to back each other up in here, so it's almost like a family in here, so to speak.
Tim, come on up. Marty. Congratulations, Tim. I think you have a greeting committee down there. I think some of you must have been here before because you figured that out real well. Keep that up. Our second recipient tonight is an agricultural education instructor and an FFA advisor at Union High School in LaPorte City. Union, are you here? Good job. When you are his student, you encounter numerous opportunities to learn in the real world, including managing 8 acres of corn, soybeans, or hay, creating educational displays at the LaPorte City FFA and Ag Museum, cultivating a school garden, community school garden, try it again, one more time. Cultivating a community school garden, managing a landscaping business, and taking educational tours of Iowa agribusiness. One nominator recommended him because he helps all of his students, it says here, and helped this particular student get involved in FFA. He was awarded the Outstanding Career and Technical Educator Award by the Iowa Association for Career and Technical Education for 2015. He and his wife, Pat, have 3 kids, Neil, Lee, and Lydia. Let's watch the screen for the video on our second winner tonight, Lewis Beck.
Well, what I love the most about Mr. Beck is he's so active with the kids. Like in most classes, you sit and hear him potting plants and doing stuff.
The thing that's really important is there's a lot of students who have different styles of learning, and for most of them, if they do it, they probably learn it best. And so as much as possible, I try to get them to get equipment in their hands, to get them outside, to do things themselves, and so they know how it works and so they can do it again.
Please welcome Lewis Beck to the stage. This is Lewis Beck. Our next recipient tonight is an English teacher at Valley Lutheran School in Cedar Falls. Good job, Valley. Not only does she teach courses from 9 through 12, she's also a Valley Lutheran speech and drama coach. Both programs are successful, with students performing individually and within large group at Allstate. She strives to be the best example to her students, showing them what it looks like to love your career, love the people around you, and really be present wherever you are. After 27 years of teaching, she's retiring this year, which makes this a very good night to say thank you. She and her husband, Dave, have 4 children, Danny, James, Seth, and Elizabeth. Let's watch the video on our third winner tonight, Vanessa Ebling.
The relationship that we have is amazing. She's a great motivator.
Probably the only reason that I'm sane right now.
She gets us out of our comfort zone. If she wasn't my teacher, I probably wouldn't have done speech.
I really push my students to go outside of their box, to try new things, just really encourage them to be the kind of person that I hope they are when they grow up.
Come on up. Vanessa Ebling. Our fourth Gold Star teacher tonight is a kindergarten teacher at Blessed Sacrament School in Waterloo. You must have brought the bus, right? She told us, and this is what she said, there are very few things in life more rewarding than teaching, and I am so honored to receive this award for doing something I truly love. A parent wrote, she is a kind, loving teacher. She cares for the students like they are her own. She shows she cares and she loves her job. We love everything about her. And one of her colleagues said, this year is Lori's year. She truly embodies a Gold Star teacher. She has the support of her husband, Kenny, and their two kids, Katie and Elliot. Watch the screen for a video update on our fourth winner tonight, Lori Frost.
Frosty says hop 2 times.
1, 2.
Now hop 2
In
times.
kindergarten, listening is huge. Frosty Says is just a little play on Simon Says, where they have to really listen to directions. And we have our stations that we call smart stations that we do every morning. And so they're moving their bodies while they're practicing a skill. I think really to get to each one of the students, I really have to know them. I'm always searching for what's going to pique their interest.
Lori, Jim McKernan wants to know if Ron can get one of those mini trampolines for the studio. So we'll work it out, Ron. Our next Gold Star teacher tonight is a Spanish teacher at Hudson High School. Hudson, where are you? Small and mighty. We love it that way. Thank you. She said, along with teaching listening, reading, writing, speaking, and computer skills, I also teach tolerance, cultural awareness, and I strive to help my students develop an appreciation for diversity. One student wrote, she finds a way to connect with every student. You can tell how passionate she is by what she does with every lesson that she teaches. She's been teaching in the classroom for 20 years, and she's taught every grade level except for 6th grade. She's supported by her husband, Terry, and daughter, Chelsea. Let's watch the video on our 5th winner tonight, Dawn Fry.
As teachers, we expect kids to be experts in everything, in math, science, reading, language, sports, music, band. Because I expect so much from my students, I'm willing to give them the best of what I have, and I don't want to let them down. The inspiration that I have is just knowing that my kids get 42 minutes of bell-to-bell instruction and that they're getting the best of me because I want the best of them.
Thank you, Dawn, and congratulations. Our next Gold Star teacher tonight is a 1st grade teacher at Sacred Heart School in Waterloo. She is a leader within the school. With a colleague, she started an after-school math club for 3rd through 5th grade students. As an English language learner herself, she acts as an interpreter for Spanish-speaking families for conferences and for parent meetings. One nominator wrote, she teaches a multi-ethnic class. This involves teaching so much more than a normal 1st grade class. Her classroom is just so well run. She's supported by her parents, Roberto and Juana, and brother Javier. Let's find out more in the video tonight about our 6th winner, Eliana Garcia.
She is smart. She's funny.
Now it's time for cupcakes!
I'll have a lesson and I want it to go one way, but then someone comes up with a great idea and it's like, oh, I didn't think about that. So I learn from them as well. My goal is for all of them to have a post-secondary education. And I think my teachers did a great job because they taught me the love of learning.
Eliana Garcia, Eliana. Garcia. Now, Eliana's on to the right thing, obviously, because cupcakes work in class. Well, we have treats for you after the show, too, but you need to help me get through 4 more winners before you get them. So far, you're totally qualified. You're doing great. So let's move on to number 7, and our 7th Gold Star teacher teaches 1st grade at Pointer Elementary in Evansdale. She teaches her students the importance of giving back and being a leader. She organized Socktober, collecting over 900 pairs of socks and donating them to the Hospitality House in Waterloo. She's the facilitator of the staff lighthouse team at Pointer, and she encourages students to become leaders through Leader in Me. A student wrote, "Thank you for being the best school teacher ever. You are funny and kind." She and her husband Kevin have 5 kids of their own, Brianna, Megan, Lauren, Mandy, and Zachary. Let's watch the video and learn more about Amy Jimerson.
She's amazing. She teaches really well and everything. It's fun about Miss Jimerson.
The thing I love the most about the students is that they are brutally honest. Even when it might be hard for adults to be, they will tell you how it is. At the end of the year, I hope students realize that while it's important for themselves to grow, that every person that they meet, there's a reason for that person, and they learn from every person they interact with.
Jimerson. Thank you, Amy, and congratulations. Our next Gold Star teacher is a 2nd grade teacher at North Cedar Elementary in Cedar Falls. As an advocate for students in her classroom, she said, "I believe every child who comes into my classroom has the capability to be successful. Although the measure of success may look different for each child, it's up to me to figure out how to help each child figure out how that's possible." A nominator wrote, "She takes time to understand my ADHD, and she works with me. She works individually with students to unlock how they learn, and she encourages students to reach goals inside and outside the classroom." She and her husband Wade have 2 boys, Caleb and Elijah. Let's watch the video on our 8th winner tonight, Sherry Larson.
Tell my kids to be flexible and kind of go with the flow, take risks. It's okay to make mistakes, and I really have to live that myself and be a good role model for the kids. seeing the smile on the kid's face and the little light bulb when they've made a connection makes it all worth it. You know, in second grade, they still like to give hugs, and they're super excited about the little experiments we do, and they just love learning. For me, seeing those light bulbs and seeing those connections made, it just makes it all worth it.
Sherry Larson. Thank you, Sherry. Our ninth Gold Star recipient tonight has been a teacher at Cedar Falls High School for 33 years, where he currently teaches mathematics. He has an integrated student-to-student approach within his classroom, allowing classes to move at the student's pace. His classroom is filled with inspiring conversations between students as they work with each other to understand concepts. A colleague of his wrote, "Students love him. They learn from him. They thrive on his ability to structure his class in a meaningful way, his humorous interchanges, and the deep content knowledge they get. It's clear to me that he loves his students and he loves his job." He and his wife Jane have 2 kids, Paul and Kara. Let's watch the video on our 9th winner tonight, Richard Strike.
I realize that the relationships are just the most important thing. And when I started out teaching, it wasn't necessarily that. It was curriculum, test, all that. And then as I get further on in my teaching career, I found that it's the relationships.
He has fun with us, and he really likes to build relationships with each and every one of us. He knows what he's doing, and he's very comfortable teaching, and he's just a good man that a lot of people can look up to.
Congratulations, you deserve this.
Richard Strike, come up. This is Richard Strike. Thank you, Richard. Our 10th and final Gold Star teacher this year comes from Irving Elementary in Waterloo, where he's a 5th grade teacher. Good job, Irving. He teaches 5th grade. He enhances his curriculum by establishing long-lasting relationships with every student in his classroom. He tells each student how much he cares about them every day, and he models with consistency that they can accomplish anything with hard work and determination. One student nominator wrote of him, "He made me greater than what I am. He pushed me to limits I thought I would never reach." He finds his support from his wife Jessica and their 2 sons, Tallis and Tate. Let's watch the video on our final Gold Star teacher tonight, Zach Zimmerman.
Just to strive for excellence, to really not give up and have that determination and embrace it and love it and see the, I'm not good at this, but now I am, and now I can help others. And it's just that empowering. And so I'm hoping when they leave my classroom that any challenges that come their way, they face it, they laugh at it, and they just overcome it.
Congratulations, Zach. Okay, I think you just earned the ice cream. Good job. That'll do it. But before we do that, I promised you that I would bring your teachers up one more time as a group so you can see how good looking they really are. And we're going to do that, but only with your help. So if you on stage would just stay right where you are, don't go anyplace. We're almost done here. But we do want to bring the teachers back. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome back to the stage one more time. And don't leave the stage when you come up, teachers. Starting with Tim Barty. Tim, come on up. And Louis Beck. And Vanessa Ebling. And Lori Frost. And Dawn Fry. Eliana Garcia. Amy Jimerson. Sherry Larson. Richard Strike. And Zach Zimmerman. These are your 2016 Gold Star teachers. Just about 90 seconds worth of material here. I want to remind you, and teachers, please stay where you are. We've recognized 10 teachers tonight, and we've done this now for 28 years for a total of 280 outstanding teachers here in Black Hawk County, and we've just scratched the surface. The program celebrates the entire teaching profession, and it's designed to say thank you to all of our teachers. There really is nothing more important to a child's education than talented and inspiring teachers. We want to thank you all for your hard work, your dedication in transforming lives of young people. Please join me in giving them one more round of applause. To close tonight's show, we need to thank a couple people. The entire Gold Star Committee who are on stage, or members of whom are on stage, Ron and Jim McKernan from KWWL for their production assistants, Jessica Lieb and the Gold Star Choir, Melissa Reed and the Leader in Me students who provided music and volunteered for you tonight. We want to also thank this year's Gold Star intern, Sarah Hansen, for coordinating and putting this entire program together. We also appreciate all of you, students, parents, families, for coming out and showing your support. That's what really matters, and we have a great crowd tonight. I think this may be perhaps our largest. It's really nice to see you all in the hall. Thank you. This evening is really about saying thank you to every teacher who ever believed in you, in us, enough to bring us here together tonight. Every year, somebody asks us what it takes to become a Gold Star teacher, and this is my last story tonight. Every year, we tell them this one. It's something that a little boy wrote, nominating his teacher for the very first Gold Star Awards program back in 1989. He wrote, "I am 9 years old. I really like my teacher. She makes me feel smart. That has never happened before." That, boys and girls, is a Gold Star teacher. That's somebody who believes in you so much that you always, always, always believe in yourself. We have ice cream sundaes waiting for you out in the lobby. Please join us. Come back next year. We'll do it again. Thank you and good night.